Hi guys, my name's Ashton and I'm new to YouTube. So welcome to a new channel that's going to be called Exploring the Past and the Present. So what I'm going to be doing in future from now is exploring all disused railways, comparing the past and the present. Not just railways, but things like theme parks, towns, historical landmarks, things like that. Comparing what lays today and what things used to look like. So I'm hoping that this is going to be a good new venture for me, and I hope you guys are going to get something from this as well. So I'm going to begin the channel off by touring the Meltham Branch Line, which was a old passenger line that closed in the 1960s. Now it opened in 1868 and it opened to freight traffic in July, and then in August 1869 it opened to passengers. Now it was a single line through its whole length, going from where I'm stood now all the way up to Meltham. So I'm looking forward to this first explore. So the line would have started here. Lockwood station would have just been down there, and it would have come off in this direction, straight through to where I am now, and then basically started its route from here, and then up through into Dungeon Woods, and then through to Meltham via Netherton, and just south of Beaumont Park. So just here is Lockwood Viaduct, which that line continue down towards Sheffield, and this would have been the Meltham Branch Line. So this is Meltham Road, which the line would have run past. That would have gone towards Netherton, Healy House, and then Meltham. So we're at our first retaining walls of the line. That would have been used to protect landslips from happening, which I've got a story for you actually when we get along the line about a landslip that occurred, but I'll explain that when we get there. But yeah, you can see lots of remnants of this railway line. So we're coming up to our first railway station. Now this station opened when the line did, but it was deemed on an unsafe gradient. So the Board of Trade decided to close it off by saying it was too steep. So this would have been where the station was located. So I'm just walking towards where the remains are now, and you can just make out where I actually came down to actually start the line off. There's a load of stairs, and at the bottom there's actually some railway line sleepers. So I'm just gonna edge towards where the station was, or where I believe it was. So it looks to me like around about this location is where the station platform was, and the stairs that lead from the main road came down. Now there's no official pictures, I couldn't find anything, but yeah, I know that this is where the first railway station was, so this will have been Woodfield train station. So this would have been our first station on the line. Plenty of remnants of it. And then we actually have 3 railway sleepers, not 2. There's 2 down there and 1 down there. And then a lot of stairs that you can walk up and down. So yeah, this was our first railway station, Woodfield. So this is our first bridge, and underneath is the entrance to the old Woodfield castle, which isn't there anymore. There is still slight remains, but it's not there anymore. But yeah, this would have been the entrance from Meltham Road up and then through them stairs towards the castle, which I'm just going to go down and explore and show you guys. So this is the entrance to the castle, and this is where the first bridge, where the line would have run across the top, continued up towards the bottom of Beaumont Park, and then on towards the first tunnel, which is Butternab Tunnel. So I'm going to tell you about some dark history, or a dark history moment that happened in this section of the train line, and it was to do with a train that actually derailed in round about this section. So in 1895 there was a meeting held in Meltham, a council meeting. Now once the meeting had finished, they set off to the train station at Meltham, waited for the train, and the train didn't appear. So they decided to walk down the train line to Healy House, where they came across an ignorant station master at Healy House who literally just ignored them. So they decided to carry on walking down the line through Netherton and the Butternab tunnels. So exiting the latter, they came to round about this location, and found what had happened was the reason why the train hadn't turned up is because a landslip had occurred in this section here. So what had happened was the landslip had got onto the track, causing the train to derail. So hence why the train hadn't have turned up. So they've built these retaining walls here, or they did build these retaining walls here to prevent any further mudslips happening. So yeah, this is where the location of the derailed train would have been. So more further along the line now, and what I actually like about this is that there's so much track bed left and so much remnants to this line compared to the Meltham Branch Line and the Holmfirth Branch Line that I've toured in Huddersfield. There's very little remnants there, but with this one it's absolutely brilliant because there's loads of track bed, still lots of remnants as you can see. So we're going to be approaching our first tunnel, which will be Butternab Tunnel. So this is our first tunnel, which is Butternab Tunnel. It's quite muddy on your approach, but there you go. That's 325 yards in length. And where we are going to carry on the video will be at Butternab Bridge. We can't actually go to the other side of this tunnel, unfortunately, as it comes out into a guy's garden, a couple's garden. So we'll pick up at the bridge, and I'm going to explain some of the facts about the other side as well, and show you some videos and some footage of last time I actually came and got to see the tunnel inside. So I'm beyond Butternab Tunnel now, and I'm now in Netherton, which is where the next bridge is actually located. So I've had to walk down a little side passage off the Meltham Road. I'm coming to our third bridge of the line, which is just, you can make it out there, and the line would then have carried on up towards Netherton Tunnel, and then through onto the other side where Netherton train station was, which is now being converted into a housing estate, but there is still remnants of the line there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give you a little tour of Netherton Tunnel and show you what's left of that. So I'm approaching Netherton Tunnel, which is just in a little side path next to the bridge. There is a private land next to it, but the tunnel isn't actually on the private land. So I'm just coming off the stairs that I'm on now, lead up into the woods over Tunnel Street, which I'll explain a little bit more about in a second.
Going through brambles.
Wow. So I've actually witnessed that since the last time I actually came here, there's been a tree fall. And just behind the tree, as you can see, is Netherton Tunnel. Now, wow, this tree fall wasn't here last time and it was only a few weeks ago, so the current wind situations that we've had must have taken over and blown these trees down. Let's hope no one was hurt, but anyway, yeah, you can just see Netherton Tunnel there. That's the northern portal, and at the other side, this is only 210 yards, would have been Netherton train station, which is where we're going to pick up after we've finished on this side. So the line would have carried on in this direction, so Butternab Tunnel would have been down there, and it would have continued down here and then all the way through towards Netherton train station.